Good morning, everyone. Or is it still the morning? Good morning, good afternoon. Hello, everyone. It's your girl, Kat from the Kitty Rose Lifestyle. You already know. And yes, this is an edition of morning coffee or afternoon coffee, or as I sip my coffee. We haven't had one of these sessions in a minute. But every time someone calls me, they're drinking their morning coffee and love to share that with me. So we haven't had a morning coffee in a minute, so I decided to have one this Sunday because the Spirit, once again, moved me to share with you guys the concept of Plan Bs for entrepreneurs, for business artists, for business owners, for artists. Well, no, it's a little different from business owners. Entrepreneurs and business owners are two different realms, but the entrepreneurs and the artists sometimes, most times, fall into the similar brackets. So I wanted to come online this morning or this afternoon and talk about why entrepreneurs or artists cannot have plan Bs. Sometimes an artist might even need to hear this morning. An artist heard this morning in this conversation I was having earlier with someone, which is why this video was inspired to come and share it with you guys, because of a conversation I was having earlier and an artist light bulb moment that came to someone else. I figured and thought, hey, let me share it with you guys as well, because I learned this very early on as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, and learning the difference between the two. So here, one of my sponsors, what it says: I am a Black woman, and yes, I matter. Shout out to TEC. Excuse me. So back to entrepreneurs and why we or they cannot have plan Bs when it comes to their purpose or plan or mission in life. A recent I'm gonna read something to you, since everyone always thinks that when you read or Google someone's professional opinion is what is the gospel. So let me include some professional information, because you can also Google something that will say the complete opposite. You can find the answers to everything you want that you want to hear. So the same way that you can find Google information that talk against having a plan B, you can find the same amount of information that will support having a plan B. But me as an entrepreneur, me as a business owner, I've learned, I don't know, I am 15 years old. I probably learned in year 5 that you could not have a plan B as an entrepreneur. So the information that I Googled stated that a recent study showed or revealed the dangers and risks of having a plan B, which is kind of what I believe. Not kind of what I believe. When you truly want your plan A to succeed, the researchers found that once you begin thinking about a fallback plan, your desire to achieve your ultimate goal decreases. The researchers conducted a series of 3 experiments in which people were asked to think about an alternate plan in the event that the original effort were to fail. They found that those who were encouraged to develop a plan B were less likely to achieve their goal than those who did not receive these instructions. Not only were the plan B participants less successful, their interest in reaching their original goal decreased. Now let me explain why that can happen. When you're an entrepreneur, business owners are different because you can buy and invest in businesses and become a business owner. When you're an entrepreneur and developing your own business, when you're an artist and developing your own craft and is using those mediums to sustain yourself, there is unfortunately a process. There has been a blueprint already laid out from other successful entrepreneurs on how to become a successful entrepreneur. And because this blueprint has been laid out, the blueprint shows us that one, there's a time frame, year type of increment of the way businesses are developed and the way that businesses are seen, or the way that entrepreneurs are seen as successful or not. Once you get to the 5-year mark, once you get to the 10-year mark, once you get to the 15, then certain things or things that you've learned in these processes of these milestones happening gets you to the next level in your development, in your process of your goal, purpose, mission in life. Because again, when you're a business owner, you can buy, sell, own, lose. When you're an entrepreneur, you're building. So in that building, you have ups, downs, sideways, because you're learning, you're making mistakes, you're going through processes, you're getting different certifications, you're strengthening your craft. There's different layers that you're going through that takes time. Because what happens when you then receive this platform, this money, this opportunity, these engagements, these followers, and you haven't gone through the process of understanding how to navigate, how to control, how to understand, which again takes time. But if you have a plan B, that plan B sometimes becomes more important than the plan A, because the plan B might be what's paying the bills. So the plan B is taking more time because that's what is the guaranteed check that comes. So it takes longer for you to achieve your plan A, which then leads to one becoming discouraged or just not being able to take the time, deal with the test of time. I know an artist who from the time they were 3 years old had been doing their craft. They got into a situation in a relationship where the relationship ended because they felt they financially did not bring enough to the table. That wasn't the case. It was how that person managed their finances, which was the problem. But in that person's head, they got left because they financially didn't bring enough to the table. So what they end up doing is, at a time where their business, their entrepreneurship, their artistry was at an all-time high, clients, stores, orders, doing it. Because it was that fear of losing someone based off of what in their head was financials, not the maintaining of them. They now went into, after and that relationship ended, went into corporate. And now 15 years later, that artist has died. And now they live in a household with a partner who doesn't support them as an artist, but definitely supports that check coming home every week. And even with that check coming home every week, the same poor management skills that they had in the other relationship still went into the next, and they still don't have any money with the job. And now having the plan B, the plan A that you've had since you were a child has now died. You have now sacrificed that, and you have something missing in your life. So when you are in a divine position of knowing that you have a mission, a goal, a purpose in life, then the faith that needs to come with that needs to be able to sustain one to stay consistent on their plan A and believe in their plan A and make the necessary steps needed, involved all the way, time, sacrifice, all of that to make their plan A work. Plan A can't have a plan B. And it sucks. But that is the reality. Continue to follow my page on YouTube, subscribe to my channel for more content. It's your girl Kat from the Kitty Rose Lifestyle. I love you all. The revolution has begun.